What's up, hoes of the interwebs? Lugnuts.Guapo coming at you from the town, Harley-Davidson. And today we'll be riding the LowRider S, the new LowRider S with the 117 and a couple other goods we'll get into here in a second. And if you want to go ahead and just go see the test ride itself, skip to this part of the video because I have a couple announcements to make. And well, here we go. So sorry it's been so long. I've been promoted here within the company. I've also been doing some other side work because you know, gotta make money. So sorry that we haven't seen well, that y'all haven't seen any videos from me as of late. And hope y'all had an awesome new year. And well, yeah. Oh, one more thing that I need to mention is I will be making a how-to motovlog video because a lot of people have asked me, both in Spanish and in English, so we'll be getting to that shortly. It's on my to-do list for show. But without further ado, roll that intro. Alright, so as you see it, LowRider S, they have relocated the speedo. You had the speedo and the RPM gauge right here on the previous model, as in like the dyno models as well, and now they put it up here. And yeah, from just sitting here, it's actually pretty nice. But let's fire out this puppy, and as I head out there to traffic, let's roll that tape.
My body, join the flow.
Oh, once you get moving, that breeze feels nice. All right. Oh, it's almost out of gas already. What the deuce? As soon as I hit throttle, I was like, bing! Yeah, they're gonna do that nonsense. We're gonna need some more gasolina. So right out the gate, this is very much comfortable like the previous model. Mid controllers, bars are very much in the same place. I still have the same complaint. I will tell you right out the gate. These risers are so skinny and this triple tree is so massive, along with that 43mm inverted front end, that it just, man, it doesn't look right. It looks kind of like weak, if you can say that, I guess. It doesn't look right. It looks like that's going to break off. It's not going to, but it looks that way. And not a fan. I'll tell you right now. Wasn't a fan of it back then. I'm not a fan of it now. And yeah, it's that part is unfortunate. I think they should have put something beefier, kind of like on a fat bob or something like that. Just something, just a thicker riser would have been great. Right now I can tell you I'm very pleased with the location of the gauge. Obviously I would like it a little bit higher personally. That's just, obviously everybody has their own opinions and likes and dislikes and all that kind of jazz. But where it sits, it's actually very easy to see it without actually even moving my head around, which is what Harley was trying to get to. For those dyno bros and softail bros that just want to have that dual gauge, obviously this one does not. I'm sure that you can do that if you want to, but they basically put the RPM gauge and as an analog portion of this gauge and of course the speedo is right below it digitally, so you get a little bit of both. It's a little bit of modern, a little bit of, you know, that kind of Harley old school, if you will. And that's the position is actually really nice, and it is nice that it is part of the riser. Therefore, if you decide to get taller risers, that won't be a problem. I will say that I have no idea if they're gonna make like some kind of like extensions. I'm not really sure how all this is wired in. I would assume that it's a little quick disconnect connector underneath the triple tree, and then you can just extend it. But I guess once more of these come out, then we'll find out. But overall aesthetically pleasing. It's in a really good place to look at. All I have to do is kind of like, my eyes can just look down at it real quick and no big deal, as opposed to doing on the previous model. Even if you lowered your eyesight, you still have to like move your head down. So yeah, overall very nice. This dash right here, I kind of dig it. It looks big and wide. It almost reminds me of like the police center dash on like an FXR. Obviously a lot more bulkier than this, but it kind of has that feel to it, which is kind of nice. I will say from the side of the bike, like the profile, it kind of looks like a CVO like center dash piece, which is, I think, is pretty cool. I definitely like how slim it looks. I've always been a fan of the LowRider version. Oh shoot! That's a 117 for you. And I know. Oh, I have a 124. Oh, I have a 120, a 122. Whatever build you're doing, it's so much faster. Yeah, I've heard that. You know, when the CVOs came out with a 117, even when it was a 114. Yes, I know. You can build something so much faster. But now you have a 117 from factory, which is really nice. I mean, what's next? A 131 crate motor from the factory? That would be sweet. But with that said, 117, pretty reliable, unlike the twin cam 110s. And I know that I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying that, but I'm just telling you, as someone that has worked at a Harley dealership for about 5 years, that is a very common engine that comes in for work every 10 to 20,000 miles, and you know, that is what it is. 117, not so much. Very reliable, very easy to make a lot of power. If you already have a 117 and you decide to do a stage 1, which these motors are notorious for making a ton of power with the first upgrade, that on top, if you decide to do a cam, which is a lot cheaper than doing it on the twin cam, and you already had a 117 to begin with, it's a heck of a platform. Now this bike is pretty light, and of course you add that bigger motor, it's going to be a lot faster just from the line than you know, the bagger, like the ST models or even the CVO for all that. So very pleased. I like that they went with the smaller nose cone looking intake, because the bigger ones are just, I don't know, you think back to like the FXDR, it was just, it's too much, man. It is just too much. It just looks good on this motorcycle, and I'm very happy with it, very pleased with it. Lean angle, you got about 31.3 degrees of turn, lean angle, sorry. And it's really nice, because it already was nice on the previous model, just a regular LowRider. I know some Dyna Bros and Softail Bros are gonna be like, man, that fender gap is not all that. Well, from factory, that's actually pretty dang good, and we love it. And if you didn't know, like even with the bagger, the ST baggers, they're like, oh, it's taller, it has more clearance. Well, that's kind of how they were to begin with when they first came out, you know, back in the day. But the current market at the time, they just wanted to be flat-footed, and now people prefer to have that clearance. Oh, look at that, we're going back to basics, and it's just nice overall. Man, this bike is just comfortable. Real comfortable. If you want to add cruise control or something like this, it's super cheap, and I don't know if easy is the right word, but it is actually a pretty straightforward thing. And of course the ST model is going to come with that from factory with bags and fairing. But if this is what is to come, plus the fairing and bags, this is, I mean, an awesome platform. Something light, something that you can actually go on road trips. But if you don't do a lot of road trips or a lot of highway riding, this is just as good. Yeah. There's this guy right here. What's up, man? Real cool dude here along with Harley-Davidson. Anyways, overall, great acceleration, great lean angle. I know I didn't really show a lot of leaning happening just now, but when I was riding around the parking lot earlier, I mean, you can really put this close to its side and without scraping. It's pretty neat. This is not a sport bike, this is a Harley-Davidson, so yes, it's not the fastest as a sport bike or whatever it is, but you take this for what it is. As a Harley-Davidson, it's an awesome platform, really cool motorcycle, looks great. The relocation of the gauge was a fantastic idea. I'm glad they finally did that. You got 4 piston brakes on the front and 2 piston in the rear. plenty of braking power. I mean, for how fast this is, it's just enough. So that's all I got for you guys. If you got any questions, concerns, or you want to see something else, let me know. Definitely when the STs come in, I'll be jumping on that as well. And probably once we get a Road Glide or a Street Glide ST here or at Maverick, which I think we have one at Maverick, but these sold within like the day they came off the truck over at Maverick, and there's only one left here at Longhorn, so obviously people want them, and there's a huge desire for them. But anyways, I'll stop just mumbling around and let you go. But if you like this video, like, subscribe, and yeah, share with your homies. I appreciate the support. And yeah, like I said, what a beautiful motorcycle. Rides great. Love it. That gap is just nice. Just not too much, not too little. Anyways, I'll let you go, and until see you next time, gun your Harley or on two wheels and get some wind therapy. Later.